So I know on my channel I usually talk about comic books. I've been dabbling a little bit more into Transformers. I've, did a little bit with some tech shorts, but today I'm going to focus on tech today because my computer needs a little bit of love. With all the talk of all these new parts that I've been releasing this year, I get a little jealous, but I can't upgrade this system just yet. However, there is something that I can do to my computer, which would, make it uniformly, is that a word? Look a little bit better. I had two different styles of fans in my computer. Now the PC fans, what they do is it either brings in cool air or exhausts hot air. Computers create a lot of heat. That's what the fans are for. I have 9 fans in my computer. I had 2 different styles of fans in the past, and in fact, and they did their job. They kept my computer cool. Now, I'm not doing this for any reason other than to keep it aesthetically looking pleasing, because I ended up getting another set of fans, reverse blade fans. So what it does is, what happens with fans is that you put them a certain way and it looks cool. But when you have a fish tank type case like I do, and you're trying to intake cold air, you have to flip those fans over. So when I had my computer set up in the past, you only saw the back of the fans. It wasn't pleasing. I didn't like it. So I ended up purchasing some reverse blade fans. So now it looks a little bit better. But I have 2 different brands in here. So today I am going to finally make them all the same brand. I went ahead and purchased these Thermalright. Ooh. There we go. I purchased these Thermalright fans. These spin at about 1500 RPM. And one thing that I want all you new builders to know, now I'm specifically talking to all the new builders out there, don't get caught up with fans. Do not get caught up with PC fans and RPMs and this kind of bearing and that kind of bearing. As long as it does what it's supposed to do, that's really all you need. Those guys who need the Noctuas, the Fantechs, the Lian Lees, they're trying to make their computers either look good or they're pushing out a lot of power that they need that extra fan speed to exhaust all the heat or bring in some of the cooler heat. So my build is mid-grade, very, very mid-grade. So that's why I went ahead and purchased these fans. These were only $15, you guys, for a set of 3. Lian Lees, they go for about $40 each. Now there's some really cool tech with those things, but to be honest with you, I don't need that. This PC doesn't need it. It'll be cool. If I can afford it, maybe I would do it. But there's no real reason to buy a Lian Lee fan over one of these fans unless you have, like I said, a high-performing GPU. So anyway, today, I'm going to be switching out some fans. So, like I said, I'm going to switch out some fans today on my case because I just want it to all look exactly the same. I want all the fans to be the same brand. And like I said, these fans were not expensive. These are not high-performing fans. Fans are supposed to just do their jobs, and that's really it. You don't need to go in and... Well, I'm just going to go around in circles because I'm the type of person that says things over and over and over again. But what I don't want, I'm going to do this, is for people to think that you need to spend money on fans. You don't. You don't. Just get the fans that do the job, that look cool, and that's it. Now, why is this a big thing to me? Like I said, I just want it to look neat. And when I say neat, I don't want, one set of fans right here on the side, different fans on the bottom, and then like a completely different set of fans up top. I just want my fans to look decent, That's all I want. So I'm gonna come back here. This is such a mess though. Oh shit. I know you're looking at this from the top down. Yes, this is a huge one. Honestly, it's an eyesore to me too, you guys. Trust me, this is, oh my God. But this is what I get for getting a cheap case. And yes, I did get a cheap case. because I'm like, oh, I can get the Lee and Lee look without spending Lee and Lee money. And what that is, Lee and Lee is a brand that popularized a certain aesthetic of PC cases a few years back, these fishbowl cases. And so I wanted that look, but I didn't want to spend that money. This case was like 60 bucks. It wasn't that expensive, relatively speaking, compared to, you know, a bigger brand name brand. I gotta be careful because I'm about to sell these too. Oh my God, it hurts my eyes too. I know, I hear all you PC builders like, oh my God, look at that mess. Yes, it is a mess in my computer. It really is. But my fault for not doing proper cable management because I don't have a proper case. But it's okay. All right, let's do this right here. Let's take some of these out. All right. So these are the Antec fans. These are 120 millimeter regular spin blades. Well, when I say regular versus reverse spin, what these do is that from this look, from this point, this is the back. This is the back. And this is what I was seeing when I had them in my case. So when I had them right here on the side, they were like looking this way. So I saw the back and I was like, I don't like that look. The front looks great. I think these fans look great. They did their job. I've had these fans for 2 years. Yeah, they're a little dirty. I know, I get it. But they did their job. They're quiet. They did really good. And I thought they looked great. They had the RGB around the side. But I didn't have the correct configuration and they didn't have the correct type of fan that I need. So I went ahead and switched it out for these fans right here. These are the Thermalright reverse. So now, like when you look at it, it looks like it's the front of the fan, like this one, but in reality, air goes this way. So it goes through the front and it blows out the back. In this case, these ones right here, they spin and they actually suck the cold air in this way. So like the air goes this way, like into the case. This one, in order for that to happen, I had to show the back. So that way, when it spun, it sucked in air and it would go into the case, But I would see this, I wouldn't see that. And I thought those look great. So lucky person's gonna end up getting these right here. Putting these up for sale. And hopefully it's a new builder, you know, a new kid that's like, I want some new fans and some cool fans, but I can't afford them. These fans, I went ahead and took a look on Amazon, and these things are going for like $25 a piece. Now, they've served their purpose with me. They've served their purpose. They did a fantastic job. I have zero complaints. And I'm not even going to complain that these aren't the correct configuration for me, because that's my fault. I should have paid more attention when I was building this, but I got impatient. I get really impatient really easily. So I'm not even going to complain that these are regular spin blades, because that's what they were supposed to do, and they did their job well. So for all you tech nerds out there who are wondering about my rig, I have a 5900X AMD Ryzen 9 card. I have 64 gigs of DDR4 RAM, 3600 megahertz mega transfers per second, CL18 actually. The latency is not the best, but they're made specifically for AMD cards, so it does its job. I have a 500 gig SSD specifically for Windows. I have a 2 terabyte SSD for my games, and then I have 2 4 terabyte drives back here for pictures and stuff that I really want to hold on to. And probably eventually going to just RAID those too. I'm just gonna RAID the hard drives. I'm barely even using two terabytes total on these 4 terabyte drives. So I have 2 4 terabyte drives, and I'm barely using like 2 terabytes total. So I may just go ahead and get that, just rated and get it configured correctly. Whoa, what's going on here? Why Why is there so many cables? Why are there so many cables? All right, I'm gonna figure this out. All right, cool. 1, 2. Oh, okay. I can actually daisy chain these, so that's pretty cool. So you can daisy chain them. So what that means is I can connect one of these headers, the fan header and the ARGB header, directly into this right here, and connect just one cable into my controller back here, so that way it doesn't use up, you know, all of the headers on my controller. And that's fine and cool, and I appreciate that. I'm messy. I'm very, very messy, so I'm probably not gonna do it, even though it'll probably make my life so much easier if I do. Because I like pain. I like torture, and I like doing this to myself because I am a masochist. Just kidding, I'm not a masochist. But, so this is now the front of the fan. So this one right here, now it's gonna spin. And now it's gonna, I'm gonna use this as an exhaust. Actually, these three are gonna be exhaust fans. So what it's gonna do is it's going to exhaust the hot air that's in the case right here, out the back and out the top of the computer, because that's what fans do. That's what they're made for. I want to make sure I'm looking at this correctly. Check this out. I'm going to mess this up, I know it. Somehow, some way, this genius in my head is gonna be like, oh, you done messed up, you forgot to do XYZ. Okay, I went ahead and connected the computer all together. Everything's connected in the back. Let's see if the computer turns on. Well, computer turn on, but let's see if the fans turn on too. Let's take a look, let's take a look, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Oh my God. All right, there she is. Let's press that power button. Oh, fans are spinning. Lights are on. These are the ones that we installed. Oh, here we go, yeah. Fans are spinning. All right. That's the rig right there, you guys. So, just to kind of like, I know it's, so these three and then these three down here, so the three on the bottom and the three on the side, these are reverse blade. So what they're doing is they're sucking cold air into the rig. And then these two up here and then this one right here, these are exhaust. So they're blowing the hot air out. The hot air is caused by, you know, the CPU, the GPU down here because it's running and whatnot. So that's how I have my computer set up. You know, I have 6 reverse blade intake and then 3 regular blade exhaust. Man, cool, it worked. And I'm really happy that you guys joined me on this little adventure of mine just to switch out PC fans. But, you know, expect a little bit more tech on the channel. I'm still going to be bringing up the comic books and the Transformers here. It's just I haven't done a video in a while. I just wanted to show you guys what I've been up to, okay? All right, well, that's it for today, you guys. Until the next issue. Deuces.